Just reminded us about your guys' series at Arizona last year. How much do you take from that to this regional?
I think a lot. We played great out there. JJ swung it incredibly well. Sam White played incredibly well. It's a lot to be said for playing on a field you have confidence in. We just like a golfer. Sometimes they play better golf on a course they're familiar with. So I kind of like that aspect of it.
Do you do anything to kind of keep these guys loose heading into this weekend?
Loose? Were you in that room right now? Just keeping them loose has never been an issue. Keeping them focused. And I think part of it's going to be playing with a chip on our shoulder. I'll bet not many people are going to give us an opportunity to win out there, which benefits us. Us being a 3 seed instead of a 2 seed stings a little bit, I think, based on what we've done. So there are some reasons that we will be very motivated out there.
Now that you've had a chance to reset your pitching, how does this squad shape up for a regional in your view?
Pretty good. Our top 2 guys are pitching as good as they have all season, which, you have to have that if you want to win. And got some relievers that hadn't pitched in a little while that may be able to see the mound, which is encouraging. Had a really good inter-squad yesterday, which is encouraging. I'll go into this regional way more confident than any other regional I've been a part of.
Coach, obviously Dallas Baptist is off the radar for you during the season. But, last couple of years they've been this kind of little school that's beaten a lot of the big boys and worked their way up the rankings and things like. Some of that you notice, right, over the course of their climb, I guess.
It's not it's been steady the last 10 years. They in those midweek games, they beat all those teams.
Right.
They beat Oklahoma State, TCU a lot. So they're very talented. They're very capable. They're very well coached. Hopefully getting them out of their comfort zone a little bit. I don't think they've been to Arizona much. Will change things a little bit. They've got a first rounder on the mound,
Right.
which is going to be a big challenge. He's as good a pitcher as there is in the nation, so we're going to have our work cut out for us for sure. But, we know going into the season that if we want to do something special, we have to do it on the road somewhere. It's so hard to host a regional. I don't know that DBU feels that way. They've hosted regionals and played well at home. So maybe the West Coast thing will affect them more than it will us.
Talk a little bit about the way to look toward a first-round pitcher going against JJ. I mean, it's
we haven't done any research other than the stat sheet. He's 11-2 with a sub-2 ERA in college baseball, which is unheard of. So it's going to
many bats.
Yeah, it's going to be a real challenge. But fortunately, he throws a lot of strikes, and that benefits us because we need to see strikes. If we see strikes, we can do some damage. So we'll see. But you're not making it anywhere in the postseason without going through good teams and good pitchers. So it's not unusual because Dallas Baptist is going to have to beat a really good pitcher too.
It's kind of interesting in baseball. I mean, he looks at the stat sheet, and JJ's coming off a 1-for-5 game, a 1-for-4 game. But I mean, he hit 3 balls, as hard as you can hit them, just about. There are hidden things about the game.
Yeah, if JJ had that last game at Dallas Baptist, he would have been 4 for 5 with 4 homers. Because the ball flies in their home park. So, and JJ played really well out in Arizona last year when we played out there and did his thing. So he's going to be very comfortable there. So we'll see. We're gonna give it our best shot. That's all we can do.
I know different eras and stuff, but did you guys play DBU when you were at TCU?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Any memories against those teams?
They're really good. That's the team that after you play them, you go back to the office and say, why are we playing DBU? Because from the outside looking in, they're not a Power 5 team, and people are like, oh, you got a good draw. They're not even Power 5. they have no idea how good Dallas Baptist is. So you're expected to beat them just because the average fan doesn't know much about them, but they're really, really good.
Kind of on that note, I mean, you get put in a regional with Arizona. That's a historic baseball program. Dallas Baptist has obviously been really good for a long time. Grand Canyon's made some moves over the last several years. Is it a compliment almost to be put in a regional like that, or is it? Do you look at it as it's a really hard task that you have to accomplish now?
Both. You know, I think it's going to be an honor to represent the Big 12 out on the West Coast. That doesn't happen all that much. At least now. Next year it will. But at least now we'll go out there and show the West Coast what a little bit of Big 12 baseball is like. You know, Arizona's going to be a common opponent here in the coming years, so this will be a good test if we even play him. We don't even know if we're going to play him. So, yeah, I'm excited for the regional. Could have been better, could have been worse.
How surprised at all by the placement? It kind of looked like you were thinking Charlottesville.
Yeah, you know, in typical NCAA fashion, you like to think they're going to try and save money by putting you on a bus instead of a plane. So, but I don't know who could have gone in our place to fill that regional. So, normally I like to try and know before the show where we're going.
Right.
But I purposely told everybody who normally tells me that stuff not to tell me because I wanted to be surprised right along with everyone else. Amanda and I are the type that we didn't know the sex of our children until they were born. We're those type of people, so I wanted to learn right along with the team and get excited right along with them when we saw our name pop up. But, yeah, I was kind of surprised to see it in that regional. I would have thought, like you said, a place we could drive to.
Right.
JJ knowing he's at the end of his college career now, how is that going to affect him in his games? What will that do with him?
JJ's only a junior. He'll be back next year.
Oh, okay.
Is there any pressure to speed things up logistically for travel? I mean, I think we saw that you could play as late as 10 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday just to get everyone's body clock on the same page.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a ton of options. You know, we're going to get out there Wednesday and try and acclimate a little bit. Going out there is not near as hard as it is coming home, so I'm not too worried about that. If you can't, you can play at 2 in the morning. Kids are motivated to play in the postseason, so and we travel a lot, so time changes aren't anything we're not accustomed to. So, and we've done things to try and combat that over time, so we can handle the grind of travel as well as anybody.
Any words of wisdom for Weston as he gets ready for state semifinal on Thursday?
You know, part of the reason I wanted to go to Charlottesville or a place like that is so I could see the state tournament game on Thursday, but that's out of the question now. But yeah, it's really cool. The thing I like about old Whammer is he thrives in this moment. He plays better when there's more at stake. So hopefully our guys do the same thing out in Arizona, because some guys live for moments like this and some guys don't like moments like this. And to win these regionals, you got to have a team full of guys that like moments like this, and I think he's like that, and he tries to spread that out around his fellow Mohegans.
6 Big 12 teams. TCU didn't get in. Any surprise with that, or how many Big 12 teams did make it in? Or?
I was actually a little disappointed, to be honest with you. I thought Oklahoma was definitely deserving of a top 8 national seed. For them to have to go on the road and win a super regional is a knock against our league, because they literally dominated our league and won just going away. So I thought they definitely should have been a national seed. And we have no number 2 seeds.
Yeah.
We got a 3 seed. Texas got a 3 seed. We had 2 of the first 4 teams out. I thought our league was a little bit disrespected by that.
For a player like, you know, guys in the past like Kyle West, Braden Berry, things like that, who they come up a level and perform in an NCAA regional. What's your message, I guess, to those guys who maybe haven't been on this stage before?
This is why you come to West Virginia, you know, to watch selection shows and get to play in regionals. And if you can't enjoy this moment, then you shouldn't be playing baseball. So the thing our guys know is no matter how they perform, I'm going to love them all just the same. So that gives them the freedom to not put any pressure on themselves, just go out and have fun playing baseball. And this is something they'll remember the rest of their lives. So might as well enjoy it and make the best of it.
The story you were telling about Dallas Baptist when you were at TCU, so it sounds like you're very familiar with Dallas Baptist.
Oh, yeah. Coach Hefner is one of the best coaches in the United States. He's had multiple opportunities to go other places and has chosen not to do so. He's a perfect fit for their school and has done an unbelievable job. Their record against the Big 12 in the last 5 years has got to be pretty good, because they're the team that gets really excited to play against Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, TCU, and the Big 12 schools are, like I said, are like, why are we scheduling these guys? They beat us so much. And so, yeah, I was a ton of respect for Dallas Baptist and Coach Hefner.
So is it like a small community school or commuter school in the city, or is it like?
No, it's outside of the city, but it's tiny.
Okay, right, tiny. Okay,
It's
yeah.
tiny. Very few students. Kind of a niche school.
Yeah.
A particular type of kid has to go there, but he absolutely gets the most out of his players more than any coach out there in the United States. So I would love for Whammer to spend 2 weeks with Coach Hefner to talk about hitting, because I think he's one of the most brilliant minds in all of college baseball. And is a good friend of mine, has been since I've been at TCU, and going to enjoy playing against him.
So apparently that niche is baseball.
Yeah, it's just a great baseball school. And they said the kid on the mound, if they throw him against us, he's a for sure first rounder. So he'll be a big leaguer. You'll be watching for a long time. So great challenge for our guys.